there, Twitter. Hey there, YouTube, I hope. And let's see, let's go live now on Facebook. 3, 2, 1. Hey there, good evening, you guys. It's Abigail Noel. I'm coming to you live on Facebook. Hey, Facebook. Hey, Twitter. How are ya? First time I've gone live on Twitter. And then YouTube. Let me check over there. Yeah, looks like we're live on all 3 platforms. This is awesome. Hey, guys, so I'm Abigail. Thanks for being here tonight. We're talking about the murder of NBA basketball star Lorenzen Wright. Let me kind of chat a little bit about who I am. If you guys don't know, please go to abigailnoel.com. abigailnoel.com. But I have been what the world calls psychic all of my life, and I've been working on the murder case of Lorenzen Wright, NBA basketball star for, it's going on the 9th year now. And we still don't have justice, contrary to what they're reporting in the paper. You know, everyone's talking about this plea deal that Shara Wright, his ex-wife, just took recently. That's better. It's like now it's all ceiling. It's okay. Trying to get all the cameras lined up so I'm not looking off, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I'm just amazed I got myself up and going on 3 platforms. Let me switch back. There's everybody. Let me switch back over here. You guys are all on Facebook. That was kind of weird. It felt like I was like all alone for a moment. And then I went, there's everybody. I see Terry. I see Joanne. I see Scott. I see Debbie. Hey, guys, how are you? So anyway, if anybody needs more information on me, I'm a evidentiary medium, psychic channel, and also a prophet directly communicating with the soul essence of Yeshua, aka Jesus Christ. I call him Jay, and the Father energy, Abba, or I call him Dad. So thanks for being here, you guys. I started using my abilities. I really hesitate. People call them gifts, but you earn your abilities. So I'm not sure that's a gift. You know, I mean, I guess it's all a gift. Be grateful for everything that God gives you. But you earn your intuitive acuity. You earn that. And it also takes a lot of practice and a lot of bravery. If anyone also doesn't know, please go check out the website, Justice for Prince. Prince was murdered for music rights. It's all about Warner Brothers. We have our next rally coming up. That is September 19 through 24. And that is in Los Angeles. It'll be at Warner Brothers Records headquarters there. Yeah, I know their corporate is out in New York. I know. Maybe they aren't even the people. Maybe the people inside the building in LA don't even know what happened to Prince. That's okay. We're not doing it for that reason. We're doing it for other reasons. Number 1, we're doing it for spiritual reasons, because we've been asked to. Number 2, because we're looking for media. We need to keep working and keep beating the drum, no matter how slow it feels the wheel of justice is turning. We cannot stop. We will not stop. We're going to push justice to the top. That's it. And we're not going to stop until justice comes. I know it's coming. So again, that's Prince's case. If you don't know that Prince Regis Nelson was murdered, please go to the website, justice4prince.com. Also, guys, it's not just about Prince, and it's not just about famous people. Love you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. It's not just about Prince, and it's not just about famous people, guys. So funny, but this camera is going to make me crazy, but it's okay. Let me just see if I can do. No, that's not going to work either. That's a pit puppy back there. That's JoJo. Okay. We're just going to be happy with that. So, love you guys. Thank you. So it's not just about famous people. It's not just about NBA basketball stars. It's not just about famous entertainers. I've worked on, I would say, easily 100, probably over 100 cases. And when I say I've worked on them, what I guess I would call the portal, I've got some sistren and some brethren, sisters and brothers very close to me. In fact, Lester Bibbs and I will be on a radio show called Background Noise. Well, it's our on live show. It's going to go to iHeartRadio, though. If you don't know Lester Bibbs, he is a very well-known comedian and entertainer, inspirational speaker. He's gone through his own trials. He's also highly intuitive, psychic, you might say, talks to God, and an amazing guy. So you gotta see us. I'll be 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, I believe. And again, that's with Lester and someone else I should know. We've got someone else coming along. I should have that name down, but I don't yet. So I've worked probably easily 100 cases. I've got 8 or 9 cases right now. Just to let you guys know, I've got. I don't want to say one case I'm not going to talk about in this moment because again, it's pretty high profile. The person who's murdered, though, just an average person. But just right now, I've been working on Justin Harrison's case, Josh Slaughter's case, Myra Lewis, Desmond Moore, Keisha Turner. I could go on and on and on. And these are all names that maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't heard. And I help people with missing people on a daily basis, Jordan Kirkendall here in Memphis. And once I start working a case, I don't forget a case, and that is evidenced by this case, Lorenzen Wright. His soul essence, so let's jump in there. Again, if you want to know more about me, please go to my website, abigailnoel.com. And if I say J, that's AKA is Jesus, Yeshua. If I say dad, that means the father energy, and they are the ones I work on the cases with, along with the victim. And then what I do is I then hopefully interface with, I meet with the family so that I can validate and verify the evidence. And when I say evidence, yes, it's psychic evidence. I'm an evidentiary medium, which means that I bring in details on the case and personal things about the individual, the victims, that I could not have known, that there's no way I could have known, that couldn't be validated in any other way or witnessed any other way except to say that, I'm speaking to God, that I'm literally talking to the person who is deceased. Also, let me just say one other thing. I do not communicate with spirits on the other side unless Yeshua and the one I call Dad, aka Abba, are present. So there's that. At the end, so I've got my little hourglass going here. I've got to keep to my time because my son and I have a late date night tonight for dinner. So I've got to make that. But at the end of the hour, I'll be taking questions for 30 minutes. So you guys keep your questions till the end if you have questions about the case. And you can ask questions personally about how I work if you need to know as well. One more thing, and then we'll jump into details on this case, why, and what I really want to do is, and this won't be the only time I talk about this case. In fact, I will probably start talking more about this case and in just my regular lives, bringing it up because we're not done. In fact, we have a justice rally. No one has been charged with Lorenzen Wright's murder yet, no one. And we'll talk about those details because I know the news, the media, law enforcement is trying to make it look like this is all sealed up and sewn up and they did a nice tidy little job and they got justice for Lorenzen, and it's a ruse. It's smoke and mirrors. It's some bullshit is what it is. It's some absolute bullshit. But please, guys, if you could go to the website Justice for Prince and please join the 222 crew. That's what I want to say before we get into details, because it's not just about Prince. Those donations help me continue to work with other families. And again, right now, I have 7 active cases, and anyone who's close to me knows, I mean, I get a little crazy. It's very hard to keep all that in my head. It's very hard because to work those cases and to also earn a living. Because I have never charged on these cases. Who am I going to charge? The victim's family or the victim? Should we charge the dead person, or should we charge the people suffering whose loved one was taken from them, or the people who are suffering because law enforcement is not doing their job, the people who are suffering because they can't get somebody competent within law enforcement to actually solve a case because they're too busy in a monetized system, pulling people over and making money off bullshit, off absolute bullshit, All right, so that's not, let me stay focused. I get so, it's not even, it's like anger, it's beyond anger. Like it's a mash of like indignance, sadness, just, it's beyond anger. It is fucking pissed off. By the way, if anyone doesn't know me, and if you're insulted by like language, if you think someone shouldn't talk about God and then say bad words, you are on the wrong page. Because I'm insulted by lazy law enforcement. I'm insulted by corrupt cops. I'm insulted by murderers. I'm insulted by NFL football players that think they have the right to kill people and they think they're going to get away with it, but they're not. That's all I want to say about that right now. So that's the next case that God brought my way. I say, and I, we, us. You know, J Project is a ministry, and I've got a lot of people on board helping me with this as well, with Justice for Prince, with these other cases. I have a lot of support. So again, you guys, please go to justiceforprince.com. That will be changing. We've got a J Project website, which will include the justice pages, and it will have all of these cases on there, famous people and just your regular Joes. All of the cases will be on there with details, so you can read about each case that J Project and the Justice Project, including Prince and Lorenzen Wright, are, and the others, Desmond Moore and Justin Harrison. All of the cases that we're actively working on, they'll be there so that you can read about the case, see when the next rally is coming up. We have a justice rally coming up for Justin Harrison in Blytheville, Arkansas on August 28th. If anybody's in that area, or if anybody's got the day off and they can come with me, let me know. We can ride together. So come on down. We now have a justice rally. So let's jump over to Lorenzen. So please join the 222 crew. It's not just about Prince. Those donations help me and I, we, us. They help me and we and us to continue holding the space, doing the work that needs to be done to continue, bringing attention to, bringing media to, and bringing resolution and justice to these cases that's so desperately needed. I'll tell you that justice is coming for Prince Rogers Nelson, and it's going to change the world. It's going to witness the psychic relationship to God and to spirit in such a way that it's going to wake the world. So please, you guys, be part of it. Follow us. Check here on on YouTube and on Twitter and on Facebook for what we're doing. And please get involved. Join the 222 crew. We don't ask for a lot. 222, 444, 888. If you do the 1212 or the 2222, you automatically get in the Rebel Hearts Mystery School. And I teach on there on a regular basis, and the videos stay up. So you can scroll to the very beginning and you can watch any video that's been there. They're all saved there. And I talk about all kinds of topics, symbols, numerology, twin hearts, Atlantis, aliens. It's all there, you guys. Hollyweird. So please join and please help support so that we can keep doing this work on these cases. And I appreciate every single one of you guys that have been supporting more than you know. Thank you so much. I really want to make working the cases the majority, 3/4 of what I do. It really already is, but I can't afford to continue doing the rallies and the cases because it requires so much time and it makes it very difficult, to make the money. So I've really got to function more as a ministry now. So thank you guys for continuing your donations and your support. It really gets a lot done. So Lorenzen Wright's case. Lorenzen Wright, the soul essence of, thank you guys. The soul essence of Lorenzen Wright came to me on the day he was found, July 19th, 2010. And it's funny because I believe, and I really don't know in this moment, not that I think it even matters. They have his death date, his murder date listed as July 19, 2010. I don't remember if that's the day his body was found, if he went missing before that. I feel like maybe it was, like maybe he went missing on the 10th. His body wasn't found for like 9 days. So it was either that he came to me on the 19th, or he came to me on, I guess then it would have been the 28th. Either way, it was on the day that his body was found, and it was on the news. I did not know who he was. You guys, I've said this before. Many of you who know me know that for the last about 13 to 14 years, I have not participated in newspapers, news. I do very little YouTube even. I do Google. I don't read magazines. I don't do it. Most of it you can't believe anyway. And so I don't like to put it in my head, because then the dumber I can be, okay, the more wisdom I can have. Okay, seriously, heaven loves a dummy and a fool. So the more I know I don't know, then when someone says, well, how do you know God said that? I can say, damn straight, I know I didn't know this, and now I do, so it must have been God. Okay, in full gratitude. And because I work so closely with Yeshua and with the Father, and they know where I align with, I'm not a perfect person, but I'll fight for them. I'll fight for them. I'll fight for justice. I only want to hear my Father's voice. That's all I want to do. And so because of that, then spirit is not allowed to mess with you. Makes sense? Everybody, this is not just spirit communication. This is divine guidance, and I'm using it, all right, to fulfill my destiny and the contract for why I'm here. It's very different. With that said, I never look for a case. I have never looked for a case. I allow the cases to come to me. Somebody refers it, or the spirit is clearly with me on the other side, as in the case, as in both cases with Lorenzen, and also Prince, and then also Danye Jones. That's a case that you guys will be hearing me talk a lot more about in the future as well. With that said, when I saw the newsreel with where Lorenzen's body had been found, this puppy's going to chew on my legs now. Please don't. Please don't. When I saw that his body had been found, it was very clear to me. I mean, very clear, because you can feel the presence of a person who's crossed. Okay, very much like a blind person could, is the only way, is the best way I could explain it. And because I've been doing this so long, it's almost first nature for me to know. Now, I'm sure they sneak around and I don't catch everything. Okay, I'm sure. But for the most part, if there is a soul, a spirit on the other side, and they want my attention, they can get it. I'm tuned in enough to know, oh, hey. And I knew immediately that there was a very tall, very good-looking black man who was angry standing on my left. And I immediately understood, like, oh, shit, that's you. When I saw the news, I said, oh, geez. And that's the first time I knew he was a basketball player. It's the first time. I said, oh, he's a basketball player. I didn't even know he played for the Grizzlies. I didn't know he was from Memphis. All of that began unfolding. I did not know who Lorenzen Wright was. Now, it's funny because I found out later, much later, about a year and a half later, that Lorenzen Wright was my grandmother's favorite all-time NBA player ever, which was really cool to find out. My grandmother, who lived in California, loved basketball. She used to watch it for hours. She never missed a game. She paid for the package so that she could watch all the games, not just the ones on, in her league. And so my grandma never missed a Grizzlies game because Lorenzen Wright was her favorite player. She used to say that he had more heart than any other NBA. She used to say he had more heart than any other NBA player. And I got to tell you, in the years, because once I meet somebody that's crossed, to me, they're not dead. So Lorenzen's my brother now. I know him. And I'll tell you, Lester Bibbs, when you meet him on Monday, you guys please watch our show in the morning, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Lorenzen Lester was one of Lorenzen's best friends. And that's how Lester and I became friends. And Lester knew that I was talking to Ren because he knew him so well, and we bonded. So now Lester's like a brother to me, and so is Lorenzen's family, because I really get to know people who are dead and that's why I can fight so hard for them. I'm not just fighting for an NBA basketball star. I'm fighting. It's like I'm fighting for my brother. I'm fighting for one of my best friends. He was one of the best people you would ever want to meet.
Lorenzen Wright gave almost everything he earned. He gave more to other people than he kept for himself. He would have given anything to his children. He loved dogs. If somebody was in need and they crossed Lorenzen's path, he got them what they needed. One time, Lorenzen gave a kid that was in college, he was having trouble with his tuition and his books. So Lorenzen had some cash in his car. He walked out to his cash. He got $500 and just gave it to the kid. Just gave it to the kid. And you know that if he needed more, he would get it. One time, the most beautiful thing I could tell you about Lorenzen Wright is I said, Ren, I said, why did you gave so much away that you created stress in your own life? I said, why did you give so much to so many people and leave yourself so short, both emotionally and financially? And he said, because he said, Abigail, it wasn't fair that I had so much when all I did was play basketball, Abigail. It was just basketball. And he said, and I saw there were people all around me that had so much less that worked harder. And he said, I didn't think it was fair. Can you imagine? Like, that's how beautiful his heart was. So whatever Sarah Wright wants to say, he was no abuser. She was the abuser. I'll tell you that today. Ask God if it's true. And that's the other reason I will not quit talking about Lorenzen Wright. As long as that woman wants to lie about, wants to try and tear down the character of this man. I know the character of this man because I have talked to him while he stands next to Yeshua and when he went back to the fifth dimension to go before the Father. So this man is not lying to me. You do not get to stand in the presence of God as a liar. You stand in the presence of God in full truth, naked, with no shame, in the light. So Lorenzen Wright would not have been allowed to lie to me. I know Lorenzen Wright, and I know that he was not a perfect individual, which one of us are. Thank God it is the broken that makes us beautiful. It's the broken in each one of us that God respects and loves, because it's the broken in each one of us. It's the imperfections that make us perfect to God. But as long as this woman wants to continue portraying Lorenzen Wright as some sort of abuser, now she's even trying to sell that story to his children who were too young and too traumatized at the time of his death to know any different. If this woman had no problem killing the father of her 6 children, then why would anybody listen to anything she has to say? But as long as she is speaking her lies, I will continue speaking my and his truth. So there's that. Someone get that message to Shara. Someone get that message to Shara right away. Inflow of gratitude. So Lorenzen Wright's Solescence came to me. I figured out quickly who he was because he's pretty famous, and I lived in Memphis at the time. Memphis, Tennessee loves Lorenzen Wright. Memphis, Tennessee loves Lorenzen Wright. Memphis, Tennessee has not forgotten Lorenzen Wright. Memphis, Tennessee, please come stand with me and with Lorenzen's family on November 2nd. It's Saturday, November 2nd. It's 2 days before Lorenzen's birthday. He was born November 4th, 1975. He died July 19th, 2010. Please come walk with me from his gravesite to 201 Poplar on Saturday, November 2nd. We will have an event page put up soon, but please come walk with me and his family. We'll have signs. We're going to have music. We're going to keep it high. We're going to sing. We're going to talk about Lorenzen. We're going to laugh as much as we can. Now, why do I have a low battery here? Hold on. I don't know if it goes out. I guess it goes out. Twitter. Sorry, guys. You'll have to jump over and catch me on YouTube or on Facebook, Abigail Noel, Noel, because it's plugged in and it said low battery. So
I don't know, my phone's on Twitter. So again, Twitter, if it just cuts out on you, sorry, jump over to Facebook or YouTube. It's under J Project on YouTube. So going back to this, so Lorenzen Wright Soul Essence came to me. You guys, oh gosh, let me tell you this too. I always forget to give details, and I feel like I should brag on him a little while. Lorenzen Wright was one of the best players in the NBA. He spent 13 seasons in the NBA. He played for the Clippers. He played for the Hawks, Atlanta Hawks, and he also played for the Grizzlies, which I think he's probably most well known for his tenure, his time with the Grizzlies. He was not once, but many times quoted as the next Michael Jordan. And again, it's just like my grandmother said, it's because he played with so much heart. So I wanted to get that out there. His body was found, for anyone who doesn't know, in southeast Shelby County. It's off Hacks Cross, and it was a road called Callus Cutoff. It's way more, if you go out there now, it's way more built up than it was then. Again, this was back in 2010. So going back to that, it was in the afternoon, I believe. I don't remember. I think it was late afternoon when it was on the news, and I realized that the soul essence of Lorenzen Wright, his soul essence, was speaking to me, and he was angry. He was very, very angry. I figured out pretty quickly that we had a mutual friend, a girl that he had been dating casually in Memphis. Her and I had gone to school together, and we were Facebook friends. I was able to find that out through social media, and this particular girl got me in contact with Lorenzen's family, and most specifically with Lorenzen's sister. With that said, at that time, the first time that I was able to meet with his friends and family on 2 different meetings, I was able to validate 100% everything I had received in this case. In fact, the first time I met with his sister, and that's one thing I really want to talk about today, I was able to identify the person who drove Lorenzen Wright to his death. His name is Kenny Brown. Kenny Brown had been a friend of Lorenzen and Shara Wright's for a number of years. And I want to see kind of how to go on this. I was able to give a full description because when Lorenzen came through to me, the first thing that came through was that he was pissed, that it was his wife. He showed me a ring. He said, the bitch, his ex-wife, let me not say wife, his ex-wife, but he showed me the wedding ring. That had been the only person he'd been married to. So that was obvious. And he said, it's that bitch, she set me up. The very next thing that he goes to is this deep betrayal for the person that drove him. He explained clearly that he drove with a friend that night. I have said since 2010, I made this public to the Memphis City Police Department. In fact, Larry Godwin, who's the head of the Memphis City Police Department at the time, I guess commissioner at the time, he is now the head of Homeland Security here in Tennessee. I met with him. He flew from Nashville, Tennessee to Jackson, Tennessee. I drove from Memphis to Jackson. We spent 3 hours together going over the psychic details and evidence that I received in this case. I identified Kenny Brown. He knew who Kenny Brown was. All right. He took the notes down. All right. I remember him saying, hey, I think I know. I said, remember the guy on the news? I don't want to accuse people, but I have a feeling today, because I was a lot more naive then, that he knew exactly who I was talking about. I think he knew exactly who I was talking about. And I'll tell you why. Because I started getting a feeling. It was in because when I met with Larry Godwin and I gave him all of the details in this case, I said it's his wife. I gave him the name Big Bill. Okay, we now have William Turner, who goes by Big Bill, in custody. I was 100% right. I gave them a J initial. That's Jimmy Martin. Jimmy Martin is the one who got busted. All right. And made a deal. He made a deal with the cops. The cops didn't solve this, nor did they listen to me when I told them all this. I even told Larry Godwin that the two shooters
lived in outside of Oxford, Mississippi, and I said they would find the gun in a small lake or large pond in Mississippi, the one gun. I also told them, but have they bothered to investigate this? I was only right on everything else. I also told them a man named Greg Lewis, all right, at least had knowledge, but I believe Greg Lewis was there that night. He's the one who drove the gold Cadillac SUV that I have witnesses. I told my friend Kathy Doty, who does search and rescue, she's got cadaver dogs. One day we're talking, and out of the blue, it's a whole different case. She's working a case, a missing girl. Her name is Myra Lewis. Okay, Myra Lewis. Her father was Greg Lewis. Myra's still missing. They don't know where to find her because they don't listen to me. I've called 3 times. I told them where Myra Lewis is. I told them what happened to Myra Lewis. You would think that with how accurate I am in Lorenzen's case, and it's been proven, and a string of other cases, for God's sakes, not to mention what I brought through in Prince's case is over 90% accurate. All we need is an arsenic test to prove that what I've said is right, and it will prove murder in Prince's case. But do you think law enforcement would do it? No, because it's a cover-up. For some reason, God gives me cover-ups. That's what Lorenzen Wright's case is too. The police didn't solve this case because the Memphis City Police Department is crooked as shit, and they didn't want to solve this case because there are too many people entangled. They've got cops with knowledge of this case, and if they were to tell on anybody in this case, then those people would tell on them, right, McNeil? You piece of shit. Infinite love and gratitude. See, I see you. All right, let me take a deep breath. Dennis McNeil, for anyone who doesn't know, is a lieutenant sergeant. He's been promoted since the murder of Lorenzen Wright, for fuck's sake. He's been promoted. Dennis McNeil. His son is on the force too. Oh, yay. Infinite love and gratitude. Dennis McNeil worked like security, for Lorenzen, along with a guy named Tim Green. Tim Green and Dennis McNeil were best buddies. They went into the academy to be cops together. They were already working for Bobby Cole, who's right under Craig Pettis. Dennis McNeil is married to Bobby Cole, the biggest drug runner here in Memphis' sister, for God's sakes. Now, how well did the Memphis City Police Department vet their officers, for God's sakes? And here's the thing. Here's what I found out since. I've been yelling about this all this time, and now I still don't know this 100%, but I'd put money on it in Vegas or Tunica today. I started to feel in 2013, 2014, when I realized that law enforcement was not going to work the evidence I gave them, no matter how right I was. The last time I called Larry Godwin, I called twice, and I realized this man is not going to communicate with me again. He's not going to help anymore on this case. Nobody is. I called the Memphis City Police Department. I talked to a detective who was assigned to the case, and he basically laughed at my ass. That was in 2013, almost 2014. And I finally realized, boy, I better just go ahead and make this public, because these guys are not going to do their job, and they're not going to listen to me. Now what I realized, I started in 2014, 2015, I started getting a little less naive than I was in 2010. And I started going, do you think that this is the Memphis City Police Department is really corrupt? Do you think? Oh, do you think? Jeez. Now, does that mean every cop on the force is bad? No, but it means that every single cop on the Memphis City Police Department, and this goes for every law enforcement agency across the country, they are all corrupt in some way, shape, or form. These cops are on the take. And so does that mean they're all bad? Well, it means they're all at least liars. I can't say all cops are bad, but if you're going to work next to someone that you know is doing bad things, or you even suspect that there's nefarious activity going on where there shouldn't be, and you don't say shit about it, and then you go around arresting people for tickets and registration when you've got cops running drugs at the desk fucking next to you, then guess what? It makes you part of it too. And to God, you're a liar as well. Infinite love and gratitude. If you're not going to tell the truth, then you're a liar. It's that simple to God. You don't get to justify it. You don't get to say, oh, well, it's the thin blue line. Oh, well, this is the way things are. Oh, well, I'm a cop, so I get to lie. No, no, and no. Do you hear me, Dennis McNeil? Do you hear me? Infinite love and gratitude. I won't stop till you're held accountable for this, McNeil. Do you understand me? I won't stop until Kenny Brown is held accountable for driving Lorenzen Wright knowingly to his death and receiving $100,000 for doing so. It's in the police investigation. Sharon Brown, your aunt, told the Memphis City Police Department that you admitted to receiving $100,000 for your participation in Lorenzen Wright's murder. I started to suspect you, Kenny, and you, Dennis. I think you are both fucking narcs. And I believe you're narcs for the FB motherfucking I. Infinite love and gratitude. Now, going back to this, my friend Kathy Doty and other witnesses know that I said out of the blue, I said, Kathy, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but there's going to be a gold Cadillac SUV. It was payment. It was given to somebody for their participation and their knowledge in the death of Lorenzen Wright. It's going to be found on a property in Mississippi. It's going to be around the side towards the back of the house where you can't really see it from the street, but it's going to be confiscated by law enforcement for improper registration. And they're going to find out that it's probably stolen or hot or part of something that has to do with Bobby Cole, Craig Pettis. Come to find out, Greg Lewis, who went to the same high school as Lorenzen Wright, who is known to work at the House of Dubs and be involved as a drug dealer with Bobby Cole. In fact, so involved with Bobby Cole in the House of Dubs that he was being investigated by the FBI. So about 3 weeks after I tell Kathy Doty, be on the lookout for a gold Cadillac SUV that's being confiscated by the cops because that house and that person has knowledge and participation in the murder of Lorenzen Wright. She calls me one day and says, Abigail, you're not going to believe this. I'm out here investigating a missing girl, Myra Lewis. She's 2.5 years old. I'm on the property of Mr. Greg Lewis, and the FBI is here. The FBI would not have been there for a missing persons. Little Myra Lewis had only been missing 48 hours. This was a local case. The FBI had to have already been investigating the Lewis household. Yep, just like I said. Now, everybody, just stop. Just stop a moment. How the fuck did I know that? How did I know that law enforcement? I didn't know the FBI, but I did start to understand that we had some narcs here, and I started to suspect that Kenny Brown was a narc. And now when I found out it's the FBI hauling this SUV off Mr. Greg Lewis's property, it's my understanding through the grapevine, another citizen in Oxford, Mississippi, that Greg Lewis died of cancer some years ago. If anybody can validate that as truth in some way for me, and just, let me know. Obituary, something, please let me know. Greg Lewis of Oxford, Mississippi. Okay, his daughter Myra Lewis is still missing. I'll tell you what happened to little Myra Lewis. She was being sexually abused by an uncle, I believe, on mother's side. Also a drug runner who was running drugs with Mr. Greg Lewis. And he put a pillow over little Myra's head. She was 2.5 years old. put her in a black plastic bag with some rocks in it, a thick black plastic bag, and they put her in the Pearl River. She's to be about a mile down from a bridge. I could look on a map, but there's no use. I've already called law enforcement like 3-4 times on her case, and they won't listen to me. So frustrating, you guys. Like, I carry a lot of anger because I carry this truth. Carry a lot of anger because Dennis McNeil's getting a paycheck. I should be getting his fucking paycheck, McNeil, you piece of fucking shit. I should get Larry Godwin's fucking paycheck. Please go to justiceforprince.com and join the 222 crew. Please help support I, We, Us and this ministry, this justice ministry that works tirelessly. There's not a day that goes by that I do not work on a case, if not multiple cases. And I know many of you watching know that's true. And there is not a case I will turn down. I can't help it. I'm addicted to trying to help. I'm addicted to trying to help. And I know who I'm talking to. And I finally know how accurate I am. So when you're really good at something and you can help, then you gotta push it all the way. And I won't stop until we get justice in all of these cases. And I won't stop until we get justice for Lorenzen Wright. Our Father, who art in heaven, promised me that Lorenzen Wright would receive justice. And I know that what we just got, this plea deal, 30 years, Shara Wright, you'll be up for parole in 9. That is not the kind of justice that our Father was talking about. So I know it's not done. Please join us November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd, Memphis. We're going to meet in the morning. Saturday morning at Lorenzen's grave. And we're going to walk 10 miles to 201 Poplar. Please join us and come do this. Come do this with us. It's November. I know it's going to be a beautiful day, an absolutely beautiful day. Please come do this. We're putting out a press release. I'll be working with the publicist ahead of time, and we want to get the news out there because it's not enough for Memphis. The whole world needs to know, the whole country, and then the whole world needs to know that this is what the Memphis City Police Department is calling justice for Lorenzen Wright, a man who didn't do anything. He was set up. And now we've got people trying to tear down his character. You want to call this justice? No one has even been charged with his murder. She set him up for $1 million. His life insurance policy, his NBA policy. She ran through $900,000. She bought one car for her oldest son, for their oldest son. Everything else was spent on who? Shara. Who? Shara. Who? Shara. Because she is a narcissist, split sociopath. Who the hell could do this? Do you know what that woman did? She went out to the field, just yards. She literally took a metal detector out to the field where his body lay with like 9 holes in him, bullet holes in his face. You know what the shooter put the gun in his face and said, "What are you going to do now, pretty boy, basketball star? What are you going to do now, motherfucker?" That's what he said. "I'm going to fuck up your face, pretty boy." Those were Lorenzen Wright's last moments. And Memphis City, you call this justice? Fuck you, Memphis City Police Department. So funny. I went into this today and I said, Abigail, you're gonna keep your composure, Abigail. Abigail, you're not gonna curse out my hell if I'm gonna keep my fucking composure. Infinite love and gratitude. I'm pissed, and anybody should be. Anybody should be pissed. Infinite love and gratitude. I am righteously indignant. I am righteously motherfucking indignant. Infinite love and gratitude. They charged Shara Wright, the woman who set this up, had people paid to shoot the father of her 6 children so she could get money. And because she's scorned, she was pissed that he had a cute new girlfriend and he had a woman he really dug back in Atlanta. It looked like he was going to get married again. That made her so mad. And she was so angry because she blamed She blamed the palsy, the Bell's palsy, on him, trying to say it's the stress he created. Nah, that's the stress you created. She tried to talk about how he cheated on her all the time. That's her. There is nobody, I don't think there's anybody in Memphis that plays basketball that this woman did not fuck, for God's sakes. She was giving Big Bill the handyman blowjobs, for God's sakes, and Kenny Brown. She was blowing both these men, for God's sakes. Info of gratitude along with Penny Hardaway. Let's get real. Let's get real. You want to tear down Lorenzen Wright? You want to tear down Lorenzen Wright and y'all want to make Penny Hardaway some sort of motherfucking angel? Please! You'd have to make Magic Johnson a fucking angel. Just tired of it. It's not a... Okay, let me go back to details. So, I just get tired of fake people. I get tired. I get tired of people that want to play the game and stay away from things. Because you know what I mean? Like, where was the NBA? Where was people like Penny Hardaway? Where were they? They weren't sticking up for Lorenzen. Where are they now? Where are they now? So Shara Wright was charged with facilitation of murder. Like, what is that? The fuck is that? Facilitation of murder. That's what she was charged with. She made a plea deal. A plea bargain. And they made her a deal. They gave her 30 years and then she'll be up for parole in 9. Okay, she'll be up for parole in 9 years. She took this man's life in the most vicious way. Lied to his face. You know, if you guys knew how she lied to his face, she watched him leave the house knowing what was going to happen to him. She looks out the window. Please ask if this is true, because I saw it. I see it. It's remote viewing is what it's called. So I know, Shara, what you did. You were peeking out your blinds. I can even tell you had shutters and curtains on your windows, chills, and you were peeking out. You were watching him drive away. You knew exactly who it was. It was Kenny Brown. Did you know, Shara Wright, that I was able to describe this man that Lorenzen was with? I was able to describe him so well and to give so much detail about his relationship to you and to Ren, that he'd known him for a while. I was able to describe him physically, that without a doubt, Lorenzen Wright's sister Savia knew I was talking about Kenny Brown. And when she said his name, I got full chills. My entire right side lit up. That is God letting me know I was right. Ding, 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 ding. See, I've heard through the grapevine that I am right. And it's people who should know. People who should know. And let's not forget, thank you, April Thompson of Channel 3, because she's the one who informed me that Kenny Brown's in the investigation, Abigail. The police already know. Sharon Brown, his aunt, told the police that Kenny Brown confessed to receiving $100,000 for his participation in the murder of Lorenzen Wright. It's in there. The police have it. They told Deborah that they've questioned him 5 times. He's not the guy. Bullshit. I know he's the guy. And you know what else I know, Kenny? You know what else I know, Kenny and Shara? I know that Kenny was wearing a dark blue jogging pants that day and a dark shirt. And Lorenzen asked you, why you dressed like that, man? It's hot outside. It was July. Ren was wearing khaki shorts and a white T-shirt. That's what any sane person in Memphis in July would be wearing. But you were in those dark clothes because you knew. See, those dark clothes, you changed them before you got in your car. I see you taking those clothes off, putting some shorts on. You put them in a baggie. You tied it. You put it in the back of your car. Let's not forget. I think it's Greg Lewis that took that Nike duffel bag. So I will never forget. See, when God brings me, it doesn't matter, 7, 8, 9 years ago, 99 years ago, my story will never change, because what I received was the truth. And I received it from a place of wisdom. So I will never forget about the Nike duffel bag. I know somebody's got it, and I believe they could still find that damn gun if they would go through Greg Lewis's property, if his family still lives here. That's where the car was found. I was told the Nike duffel bag and the second gun went where it went, the same place that the pearl colored, the gold Cadillac Escalade would be found. But do you think anyone has ever listened to me? Oh, I just got everything else right. But well, don't bother listening to me. Why would you? I mean, even math and science would say it was a good idea to listen to the rest of what I said, since everything else was right. Did you hear me, Memphis City Police Department? You fucking idiots. You assholes. Okay, that felt good. Infinite love and gratitude. So going back to this, I don't know, let's go to questions from you guys, because again, this isn't good enough. Nobody's been charged. I don't know what they've charged. Let me go one more place, then I'm going to take your questions. So please pop them up there, Facebook. I don't know what they've charged William, okay, Big Bill, with. I have no idea what they've charged him with, but Shira, or if anything yet, maybe he's still got to go through the trial. But here's the thing, just think about this for a moment. Lorenzen Wright, by Shira's own testimony, leaves Shira's home, okay? I don't know what time she said. I'm going to tell you it was about 11:45, 10:44. Again, I'll never forget that number. You know why? It'll never change, and it never has. You can go back and listen to things I did in 2014, and you're going to hear the same information. My story is not going to change. See, if you're making it up, that can't happen. That can't happen. So I say he left at about 11:45 from Shira Wright's home. She watches him through the window. Not to mention, at one point, she told the cops that Lorenzen left her house with some money and a bag of drugs, but she doesn't know who he left with. Yet she's known this man since he was 15 years old, and they have 6 children together. She's been up in his business. I mean, literally like a stalker. She has been threatening him. She is the abuser. She was the abuser. Okay? She would stalk this man even after they were divorced and threaten to kill him on several occasions. But she wants us to believe that she doesn't know who he got in the car with when she left her house that night with a bunch of money and a box of drugs, doing an errand for her. Because she told him, if you go do this for me, just this one thing, the $90,000 you owe me is clear. You do this one thing for me, Lorenzen, and I'll leave you alone. That's what she told him. And she was literally sending him to his death. You guys get this? And she wants us to believe that she doesn't know who he got in the car with that night. Of course she knows who he got in the car with. So what kind of plea deal did they give her, and why? See, what I understand clearly in this case is I was right. I was right. Kenny Brown is an informant. Oh, is he an informant? He's an FBI informant. And so is Dennis McNeil. So is Dennis McNeil. Ask God if what I'm saying is true. Infinite love and gratitude. And because they're informants, they don't get in any trouble for their participation in the murder of this beautiful man. And I say, I don't give a fuck what your rules are, FBI. I don't give a fuck what the law is. It's going to change. It's going to change. And as long as I have breath in my body, as long as my feet can move, as long as I have a voice, and as long as I am breathing, I will do anything and everything in my power to make sure that changes. And I will not stop. I will not stop until Kenny Brown goes to jail and is held accountable for his participation in Lorenzen Wright's murder. And guess what? I want to know where the fuck that $100,000 went, Kenny Brown. I want to know. And I want to know why the Memphis City Police Department, have you checked his financial records? Have you guys gone back since 2010? Like I told you to do, like I told Larry Godwin. I said, Larry Godwin, I'm sure. I sat right across the table from him in 2010. I said, sir, I'm just sure that God is showing me that if you will look into the financials, the financial records for Dennis McNeil and Kenny Brown and Tim Green, that you will find a paper trail, sir. I'm sure of it. Do you think that anybody in the Memphis City Police Department or the FBI bothered to do that? Of course not. Because this is a consummate fucking cover-up once again. In love and gratitude, I'm just, I'm not going to stop. We lost Twitter. So that's probably all the time. I don't know anything about going live on Twitter, but maybe that's all the time they give you. Oh, it's probably because my battery's going down. Shit, whoops. And my phone's plugged in, so I have no idea the hell's going on there, but that's okay. We'll keep going with you guys. Again, so it's perfect. 8 o'clock. This is perfect. This is when I said I would take your questions. I've got to drop at 8:30 because I'm going to go. I'm going to go grab a late night bite on a date with my son, my youngest son, Connor. You guys, man, just a quick nugget there. Spend time with your kids, even if they act like they don't want to spend time with you. Okay, just don't let them get away with it. Bug the hell out of them. I am, when I can, I'm getting my permit to ride a motorcycle, and I'm getting a motorcycle. In the past, I've never had a desire to do that, but now my youngest son, he loves to ride. And God, Father God, Abba, told me the other day that I was to do this, that it was a parent's duty to come up with creative ways to hang out with their kids. You're not supposed to make your kids come hang out with you, even if it's your birthday or Mother's Day. Like, you don't have to bore the hell out of them, to love them. That you're supposed to get creative, do fun things. So that's what we'll do. The last time well, not the last time, but one time, that's how I ended up with my ear pierced way up over here. My son and I were hanging out, and he dared me. And my son and I have a thing where if he dares me, I have to do it. I have to do it. So he dared me to get an industrial piercing in my ear, and we went. In that moment, we go, and I let a guy stick a big metal bar through my ear, and it hurt like a mother. Just that one kind of hurts too, because you get through the first one and you're like, woo! And then they're like, one more, because you got to go all the way through to the other side. You're like, Lorenzen, and my son just sat there with this little shit-eating grin on his face while watching me. And then he called me a baby. Mom, you were a baby. You're a baby. Anyway, you guys, any questions? Let me take your questions now on the case for the next half hour. And I want to thank you guys all for joining. Thank you guys for supporting the ministry over the last 3.5 years. I didn't really go public until Prince's case. I did make public the details of Lorenzen Wright's case in 2014 via Blog Talk Radio. You can find that. Okay, you can find that. And what you really want to do is go on Facebook and search it, because you want to find a very dear friend of mine, Shelley Rourke. Love you, Shell. She has an edited version that just gets right to the details. I think you had to go 26 minutes in before I actually start talking about the case. Maybe not that far, but it's a ways. Anyway, you guys, Justice for Prince, please. Okay, please go to justiceforprince.com, and please join the 222 crew. We don't ask for a lot. We don't ask for a lot. And again, it's a whole group of people. I don't want to sit here and do names. Inevitably, I'll forget somebody, but there's a real solid core group of about 20 some of us that make these rallies happen together. The next rally for Prince, but again, Justice for Prince means justice for all. All right. When people find out that Prince Rogers Nelson was indeed murdered by Warner Brothers, it was indeed his chefs, and it was indeed the murderous pineapple juice, and that he was being poisoned. When we get that arsenic testing done and they find out that all of that was right, bang. And that's going to help J Project and the Justice Project be more powerful. I've never wanted the media attention. Believe me, it comes with so much yin and yang, but getting the media attention is the only way that we're going to get enough muscle, that this justice ministry will have enough muscle to go out there and get justice for other cases, okay? To get justice for other cases like Desmond Moore and Danye Jones. If you guys don't know about Danye Jones, oh my God. This goes back to, hang on, I don't know how I could forget it in this moment. I'll go to Lorenzen questions, but you guys know Ferguson. This goes to Ferguson. Danye Jones's mom is one of the primary activists. Michael Brown was murdered in Ferguson. Now there have been five murders, if not more, of activists, people who were activists because of what happened to Michael Brown in Ferguson. They're all dead. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it's white
law enforcement. It's white male law enforcement officers that are doing this. And when I say that, if they're not currently on part of law enforcement, then they are related to law enforcement officers. And I want to dive in on this case, but no one's going to listen to me until I've got more oomph behind me, and we get the media to listen and see how accurate I have been in Lorenzen's case and how accurate I've been so far on Prince's case. It blows my mind. For people, Abigail, how do you know God told you? Well, shit. Why would I question it? I didn't get a single thing wrong in Lorenzen's case. Like, if God didn't tell me what happened to Lorenzen Wright, then I am the most brilliant motherfucker on the planet. Now take your pick. With love and gratitude. Like, no one's done that before. Fucking, I'm way more accurate than Sylvia Brown ever dreamed of being. I don't mean to be rude. I'm just speaking the truth, for God's sakes. Shit. People are like, oh, she's so cocky and arrogant. Well, what if you get an A on your test? You're no, well, it's not really an A. Fuck that. It's a fucking A plus. Shit. Put that shit on the fucking refrigerator. I need an award. Tired of this shit. And it's not even that. I want the recognition so people will listen to me when I tell them what happened to Danye Jones. So they will go look for the Chevy truck and then these guys I can see. So law enforcement will get off their fucking asses and do their job. And if it's going to take a TV show and that kind of media pressure to get law enforcement off their ass to work these cases and for the FBI to come clean with Kenny Brown and Dennis McNeil, then that is what we'll have to do. Then I'll go get a fucking TV show. Infinite love and gratitude. All right, question on the Lorenzen Wright case. Any questions, you guys, please join us on Saturday, November 2nd, as we march from Lorenzen Wright's gravesite to 201 Poplar. Barbara Janice Lester will be with us. You hear me? You hear me now? Barbara Janice Lester. Members of Lorenzen's family, I don't want to say who will be there, all right? I'm almost positive, because you never know, day to day, but Deborah's going to be there. I believe Savia is going to be there. If love and gratitude, she has a baby though that she's got to have in September. So, let's give her a break. Maybe she'll just meet us down at 201 Poplar. Come say hello. Maybe she won't do the whole march. Who knows? But I'm just saying, please be there, you guys. Barbara Janice is going to be there. And when we get to 201 Poplar, we're not stopping there, because then we're going to gather. And I think we're going to figure out something for food as well. And maybe have food trucks come or something down by the river. And we're all going to kind of gather that evening together. But first we're going to stand. I'm going to find out where we're permitted to do this, but we're going to be somewhere where 201 Poplar, they're going to know we're there. And when I tell you, when we come in, just wait, you guys. And when I tell you I've had 3.5 years, we have had 3.5 years to learn how to do a rally. Boy, can we host a justice rally, man. We bring music, we sing. We get the karaoke going. I promise you we'll be singing Something's Happening Here. What it is ain't exactly what it is very clear. Oh, there's a corrupt cop over there. Acting like he just don't care. Right, Dennis McNeil? We're coming for you. In love and gratitude. And you guys, we're going to have posters with Dennis McNeil and Kenny Brown's face on them that say wanted. That's why I do this shit, so I can feel just a little bit better knowing that they're shatting their fucking drawers at their desk. In love and gratitude. They did what? My face was on a poster? Yeah, your face was on a poster. Your face is going to be more than on a poster, motherfucker. In love and gratitude, they're going to be taking your picture. Excuse me, Mr. Brown, turn to the left. It's called a mug shot, motherfucker. It's called a mug shot. Infinite love and gratitude. So we're going to be standing there with pictures of Kenny Brown and Dennis McNeil demanding justice for Lorenzen Wright across the street from 201 Poplar. And we're going to get the news. We're going to get the news. We're going to get the news. April Thompson, I hope we see you. April Thompson, Channel 3, I hope we see you. I hope we see you.
Because see, here's the media, the local media, you all making your marks and your big story out there, getting your numbers and your viewers with this justice, this plea deal they've given Shara. You guys don't give a shit about justice. You don't give a shit about the truth. All you give a shit about is your reputation and your fucking numbers and your views. That's why I will tell you guys, Facebook, Twitter, all y'all, you think you want to follow me? Then you better fucking behave. Because, man, I block. Block is my favorite fucking word. Block, block, block. I don't give a shit about numbers. That's what makes me just a little bit dangerous. Infinite love and gratitude. I don't need numbers to get where I'm going. I don't need numbers. I don't care if I'm liked either. I don't give a shit. Infinite love and gratitude. That's why I can do what I do. That's why I will not stop until we get justice for Lorenzen Wright. And one more thing I have learned. I used to be scared, but I'm not scared of anybody today. No one. Infinite love and gratitude. So please, you guys, and we have all got to stand in that kind of power. That is the only way. And I mean everybody, for the people, by the people, that we are ever going to get law enforcement to do the job that they should do and to stand in transparency. These lying motherfuckers, I've had enough. Infinite love and gratitude. And again, I've met some very nice cops. I'm not saying they're all bad, but we, the people, you can be nice all day long. But when you work next to some corrupt motherfucker and you don't say anything, you keep your mouth shut because you think it's okay to walk a thin blue line, then you are a piece of shit too. Infinite love and gratitude. All right. I think everybody's clear on the way I feel. Let's go to questions. You guys have any questions? Erica, thank you for that. So good to see you on here. Kathy, thank you. I love to see you guys' names. I don't feel like I say that enough. You guys, and the Olivia, my gal, how are you? California West Coast shout out. Good to see you on there. That's awesome. I hope you're doing well. You and that crazy man of yours. I hope you guys are doing well. Sending love right now. Sending love. Any questions on the case, guys? But again, I really hope you guys know that you're supporting your names. When I tell you, like, I block people, that's because I only want to see people I like and I know, people that are like-minded on the same page. I don't really have time for trolls anymore. I have an entire hate group, though. I'm the only person to not be famous to have a hate group ever. I think I broke some kind of record somewhere. So, if you want to get mad at me, just go over there and get off my page. But that's why. It's because when I come on here, I know you guys, and you guys know I know you guys. I know Marissa. I know Gail. I know Melby. I know you guys. Period. All right, Benny's new to me, but I just met Benny. He sent me a message, and I've responded back, and I got to get back to Benny right now. See, I know you guys. If I friend somebody on Facebook, I'm serious about that. It's not just because I don't give a fuck about numbers. I don't care about numbers, man. Love and gratitude. I care about meeting other brave people that love God, that can see and feel and hear the truth, that are ready to stand up, man. That's what I care about, and that's it. Because I'll tell you what, if you want to get something done on the planet, you got to guard your energy. You can't hang with turkeys and fly like an eagle. You got me, you guys? No. It's love and gratitude. So I'm telling you, you don't even think about numbers. Don't even. All right, let me see. Any questions on the case, guys? Thank you, Benny. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Linda, how are you? I haven't seen you for quite a while. Daff, I love you. I know I have to message Tatiana back. Okay? See, I know you guys. Denise Hilton, how are you, sister? Getting your bike permit, please wear a helmet. I will wear a helmet, but I'm going to have to have some fun when I'm not going fast without a helmet, though. You know what I mean? With some live videos or something when I finally get there. I promised my son tomorrow he's bringing his bike by, and he's like, Mom, you're going to let me give you a ride, right? Yes. Yes. I trust him, though, more than anything. He's a badass. He was riding a motorcycle before he drove a car.
And he went through the training course and he was serious about it. In fact, he got like top honors in his motorcycle safety course. So he was way safer than I am, you guys. And maybe that's what happens when you have a mom that's off the hook. You know what I mean? Your kids find the balance. They're like, maybe kind of like mom, but a little safer, excellent. Your kids should be a better version of you, right? A better version of you. Guys, I want to make a prediction too. I don't want to, but Lorenzen's younger brother, Dominique, Spirit showed me that he's going to go to the NBA. Look, I got a heart blast. He's not there yet. He's still, I don't know, playing in the whatevers, but I know he's going to get drafted, and I just can't wait. It's like Father God showed me his way of kind of giving back. And the crazy part was I've never seen him play. But when I was talking to the family the other day, I saw Dad told me that he plays just like Red, and that he flies, and that he is breaking that he's just an amazing player. And so I just think that's so cool that Dominique will be able to come in. Oh, it's making me cry. Okay. I love Lorenzen, right, you guys? I love him. And it's like there's not a day like I think about the case before I go to bed. I think about the case when I get up in the morning, and I get angry every day. So it helps to kind of come on here and cry it out a little, guys, with you guys. I know I'm so highly emotional, but I'm objectively emotional. You know what I mean? Like it's with good reason. It is with good reason. It's really hard to hold this kind of truth and to know that you know the truth, but you can't get anyone to listen, and you can't get anyone to respond. It is excruciating. That's the word that came to me, and I don't mean to complain. Don't take me as a complainer. No. If love and gratitude, is it hard? Yeah, it's really hard. I try not to complain. If love and gratitude, but it's excruciating anger. It's excruciating. Thank you, Bren. Thank you. I am proud of myself. I'm proud of how brave I am. I'm one of the most jacked up people you'll ever meet, but I'm good. I'm good too. Everyone connect for yourself, because that's us. I am he is me. We are all one. I am she is me. We are all one. So, I'm as messed up as anybody, and I'm also as good as anybody. And what I've learned in this process in the last few years of my life is that every single one of us, we have the power and we hold the key to make a change, to make a difference here on the planet. You got to find your passion, man, and then you got to ride the wind. You got to ride the wind. The wind is God's breath. The wind is God's breath, man. This shirt's making me crazy. I can't stand when something's crooked, so I had to fix that. I will, it's like if there's something crooked on the wall, it'll catch my eye till I fix it. OCD to the hill, ADD, you name it, bipolar, whatever. I don't, any of those labels, sure. And the reason I tell people that, I don't believe in any of those labels. I have a highly creative mind, man. That's all it is. And I'm walking that balance between heaven and earth. But the reason I tell you that is because so that people will know, like, there's nothing wrong with you. We give ourselves all these labels. It's no label. The more creative you are, the more scattered you're going to be, man. The more scattered you're going to be. Please go to the website, you guys, justiceforprince.com, the number 4prince.com. Please join the 222 crew. Everybody can find $2.22 a month or $4.44. If you do the $12.12 a month, or the 6 month commitment of $22.22, you automatically get in the Rebel Hearts Mystery School. And I've been real active over there lately. So that's where you go. I'm on there regularly. I'm gonna be committed once a week to a specific time. So you'll know if you need validations in your life, you can go on there and ask. Okay, so you can keep moving towards your destiny in a really strong way, okay? I teach over there about numbers. I teach everything that the Father and Jay have taught me over the last 8 to 9 years. So we talk about Atlantis, we talk about Adam and Eve, we talk about
the afterlife. We talk about numbers and symbols, how to plug in the dialogue, how to get more psychically connected for your divine guidance. We validate your future. We talk about how to get well, how to heal your body, how to work with Jay and Dad to heal your body, how the emotions are all connected. We learn alchemy. It's amazing stuff, you guys. And there isn't anything. It's what I'm here for, is to share stories. We laugh. So please, join if you really, really, really want to be into Rebel Hearts, but you seriously are in a tough place and all you can afford is 444 or 8, whatever, and you're like, I just don't think I can do 1212 right now a month, then shoot me a message and tell me your story. Okay. But please, you guys, give something. Anyone can find 222. I've been broke for the last 11 years. You get a lot of benefits working as a ministry with Father God, but being wealthy is not typically part of the program. Dad, God likes to see how long you can go without. All you have to do is look at all the stories in the Bible and the saints over time. It's the same for all of us. The requirements are the same. So when you're going to walk really close to God, you're going to go a long time without cash. It doesn't mean forever. I've already seen where the ministry has so much abundance. People from all over the world are donating to the 222, and I cannot wait. But what I know is that this time of this lean time had to be there so that I'll be a good steward. We, us. So we will be a good steward of that money in the future. Because one thing I'll tell you, when you guys donate to the 222, to the Justice Crew, every dime of that goes to justice. It goes to this project, every single dime. I promise you that, because not just myself, but the other people involved as well. Barbara, Janice, Kristen, Meg, Shelly, Shell. I don't want to miss people, and I am. Camille, who am I forgetting? Shit. Addie. Let me not forget people. I'm still forgetting somebody. Help. If love and gratitude. If I forgot your name, don't get mad at me, please. Thank you. We're all 100% committed. When I tell you, because I only hang with like energies, so the people that hang out with me have to be as fucking crazy as I am about justice. We eat it, we sleep it, we meet weekly, we're always flexing, working, the next rally, getting help, and we help each other. If one person doesn't have the money to get to the rally, then we all pitch in and we all help one another. It's the way this crew's been doing it. And then I'd have to go into the people who've been foundational, Cassie and Kevin. And again, I don't want to get into Carrie and Kenny. Oh my God, I'm going to start forgetting people. Now I can't do all that. They've been coming to the rallies time and time again. Okay, time and time again. Oh man, we're all nuts. We will not put this down. We can't stop. We won't stop. We're going to push this justice to the top. And again, these cases, they're not just cases for famous people. It's not just Prince. It's not just Kurt Cobain. It's not just Avicii. It's not just Lorenzen Wright. Okay, infinite love and gratitude. Let me see questions on the case. Hi, Miss Olga. I love you, baby. I love you, sister. Kelly, thank you. Thank you for being here. Kelly Crispin, I love her. She is as raw and real as they come. That's my sister for sure. I love her attitude. India, how are you? Bren, I forgot Brenda McLaughlin. Oh my gosh, she's been to almost every rally. That girl is a badass. That sister is a badass. I said girl, and Jay was like, woman. Yeah, woman is a badass. Marcerie, how are you? Sending love. Karen, how are you? Good to see you on here. I love it. I'm seeing names I haven't seen in a while. This is great. Lisa, thank you. Love from Boston. It's received and returned. Savia, I love you, my sister. Daft, do you guys have any questions on the case? Are you scared to drive a motorcycle? No. Not anymore. I used to be, but after you yell at Paisley Park and you yell at Memphis City Police Department officers and you accuse them of murder, and then you yell at Warner Brothers. After all of that, no, motorcycles should be a piece of cake, But I used to be scared I would splat myself.
now I'm good. I'm just going to be safe and go for it. Go for it. It's like my son said. And the other thing is I have more, like I have to deal with letting go of that with him all the time. Like my youngest son said the other day, he said, Mom, he said, he stopped saying, because I said, oh my God, I don't want you to get in a wreck. And he goes, well, you need to stop worrying about it. It's going to happen. Everyone that rides a motorcycle dumps a bike, at least once. And I was like, don't say that. So I'm having to work with this fear of my son, knowing, and he rides his bike all the time. He's a junkie. He's not even 17 yet. He's been riding for a year, and he's on his fourth motorcycle, and he's a badass. He just made $1,200. He bought this bike for $500. It was worth way more, and he traded it for a Honda, and then sold the Honda and made $1,200. This guy, he's a freaking genius. Both my kids are. Infinite love and gratitude, I'm telling you. And they did not get that from me. I do not make money well. And I think them seeing me work as a ministry and be broke makes sense, because I don't focus on things that make money. So my kids focus on making sure they have what they need. It's kind of fun to watch. And they're boys, so it's a little different. I've always felt that it's coming. Kristen, thank you for that. I think you meant, Daft just passed a bike. I think you meant on the ministry. I hope so, because it's amazing. And please, all of you guys can get involved in J Project. It's Jay's project, so it's for all of you. It's a people's project. And as I said, it's going to be the first true ministry to ever hit the planet, which means that every single dime that you donate goes towards some cause, to the rally, the lawsuit, the rally for Lorenzen now. We've got a rally for Justin Harrison. So it's some unsolved case, whether famous or not, just regular Joe like you and I, man. Somebody's getting help. Somewhere we're pushing justice, and every dime that's donated is used for that. It's not used for personal stuff at all. Nothing. That does not even come there. My personal bills come partly from the Rebel Hearts, but even most of the Rebel Hearts money goes towards the rallies and stuff. I live on a very small dime. It's very, very small, because I want to. It's my choice. I don't want to have a big nut I have to pay. I don't need a fancy car. I don't need a large house. I don't even want to be in my house very much. I want to be traveling and getting justice on these cases. So I don't need a lot. So pretty much, and when you live your passion, everything you do becomes part of the ministry as well. So if I buy a vehicle, it's going to be one that can, haul everybody around. It's going to be for the ministry. So please go and donate, you guys. I can't tell you how much it would mean to IWE and us. And again, it's you guys, it's your ministry too. It's Jay's project. And it's all about justice. It's all about human rights. It's about civil rights. It's about planetary rights. It's about establishing a true democracy. It's about busting this jerked up concept of racism. It's about bringing people together. It's about helping people understand one another. It's about celebrating God. J Project it's amazing. It's my favorite ministry on the whole planet. I wouldn't give my money anywhere else. I would not. I wouldn't. And that doesn't have anything to do with me. It's Jay's project, and it belongs to each one of us if we choose to participate. So please do, you guys. And I will tell you guys, I've been on our Father's shite list. I've been in the doghouse on the bench a little bit because I haven't been live. And so I will make a commitment to communicate more with you guys, people who are supporting this ministry. And this was from Dad, not me. But you guys deserve to hear what's going on more. So I need to embrace my role and communicate with you guys more on here on live with regard to the cases and the justice rallies and what's going on. And with you guys, I want to do some fun stuff on here too. In fact, tomorrow night at 7:00, it's the Sunday confessional. I'm going to be confessing everything. All right. God explained to me, Father God and Jay. Jay explained it first, and then Father God later in a deeper way, that you need to live your life transparently, hide nothing. And so they told me years ago, 3.5 years ago, not to hide anything, but to use the live platform as a way to confess, to make sure that I was never hiding my good, bad, ugly, any little things. So I'm gonna share with you guys tomorrow night, 7 p.m., same time. I'll be sharing with you guys all of my confessions that I have to make. And I'll be telling you guys what happened the night that I and Deborah were supposed to be on Thaddeus Matthews' show. This should be fun. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for Sunday confessional. And I'm going to start doing those on a fairly regular basis. If not every week, then like once a month. Steph, good to see you. Tawana, there you are, my love. Thank you, thank you. I love Tawana's energy. I love all you guys' energy, but I just got to give a shout out to Tawana. I love your energy. Thank you so much. When I see your name, I get a little lighter. I get that little heart bump. Because man, she's powerful. I don't think we haven't met in person yet, have we? I don't think we have, but man, you just can feel it. That girl's got a lot of faith, a lot of love for God. She's a force. She is a force. I hope, if you can, no pressure, but I hope you'll join us. You guys, if I haven't met you, November 2nd, come join us at Lorenzen's gravesite. Come do this walk with us. How fun to walk and talk, get exercise. It's going to be beautiful November day. I just know it. It's going to be perfect. And then come meet Barbara Janice Lester. And I'm going to see also if I can get the Chinese Connection Dub Embassy to come down and jam with us a little bit. We're literally going to play music down on the street at 201 Poplar. Holding signs, wanted signs with Dennis McNeil and Kenny Brown's face on them. So please come down. I can't think of a better way to spend a Saturday. Can you? I cannot wait. People are like, oh, Abigail, not all cops are bad. You should be, more nice. I don't know. I don't know that I should. I don't know that I should. Something is seriously wrong with our system. Something is seriously wrong with law enforcement. See, do you guys know what happened in Fraser not too long ago? They broke this kid's neck and shot him 18 times. He was already in handcuffs. Why is that okay? I'm having a problem with this. Danye Jones was hung with a white sheet. In a tree in his mother's backyard, and they called it suicide. Do you know any man of color that's going to hang himself with a white sheet in his mother's backyard just because when he had a bad day? No, something's got to be done. Something's wrong. So I'm not sure that I need to be nicer. I'm not sure that I need to be more politically correct. I don't think I do. What do you guys think? I'd like to know. I'd like to know your opinion on that. Do I need to be more respectful to law enforcement? I don't think so. I feel like what we currently have are there some good cops? I'm not talking about are there some good cops. There's also good teachers, but the educational system doesn't seem to be teaching our children, does it? And the legal system doesn't seem to be solving crime. In fact, it seems to be making more crime. It seems to be contributing to the crime. The cops are contributing to the crime. And then here's what's crazy. If you're not gonna follow the rules, if the cops aren't going to follow the rules, then you can't tell the people to follow the rules. If the cops aren't going to follow the rules, then the people have a right to say, fuck you. The people have a right, and ask God if what I'm saying isn't true. If the cops aren't going to follow the laws and the rules, then the people have a right not to follow as well. Infinite love and gratitude. Period. All right, I can relate to trying to get my story out. My son is the only African-American son of the late Bud Martin, CEO of the Funk Tower Records, C Movies Guy, X Martin, Gene Johnson, Pieces Puzzle. Marcy, that's very interesting. I would love to hear more about your story. If you're open, Marcy, you can book a free 33. It's a free session on my website. Just go to abigailnoel.com and you can book it there so we could connect. I'd love to hear more about that. And get more connected if you're open. Thank you ahead of time. Son, grandson, but I'm CFO of defunct Tower Records, which is weird because I used to go to Tower Records all the time. I grew up in Sacramento, California, and that's where Tower Records. It was the coolest place to go, across from the cigar shop, really downtown. I forget what area of Sacramento that was in. Kristen, love you too, sister. Love your energy. You've been steady since day one. We connected because of Lorenzen. Thank you, Lorenzen Wright, for that. I mean, I have so many friends that I consider family because of Lorenzen Wright. And, we'd rather have Lorenzen Wright here. We'd rather not have murder on the planet, and have people die traumatically like that, especially murdered. But Dad always brings a good part, so that the yin to that yang are the beautiful people that I've met that literally are like family to me. Because of Lorenzen Wright. So I'm grateful to him. That got me. I'm so grateful to him for the beautiful people that he's brought into my life. And I'm grateful to him and to Prince and to Desmond and to everyone, all of the cases. I'm grateful because these cases have given me an opportunity to find out more about who I am and to find out what being brave is really all about. And also determined. I've found out how strong I am. I've found out what kind of fortitude I've got, what kind of staying power I've got. Thank you, Lorenzen, right? This is the 9th year, and we're still fighting for justice, and I'm still angry, and I haven't stopped, and I'm proud of myself for that. So thank you, Lorenzen Wright, for giving me the opportunity to find out how strong I am, and the opportunity to find something in myself to be proud of. So thank you for that as well. Let's see. I read all the time my younger years. Yay, Gail, you wrote too. I'm telling you, we're gonna do a Trail of Tears ride one day. You don't have to be on a motorcycle, but a lot of people are going to be on motorcycles, regular bikes, and driving. But we're supposed to drive the entire Trail of Tears one day. It's a J Project thing that we do, and it's like it takes more than a day, so it's like camping in between. It is fun. I can't wait to do that. It's Trail of Tears. Dad wants us to do that because we need to harmonize it. We need to raise that vibration to complete revelation. If anyone doesn't know what the Trail of Tears is, Google it, look it up. It's a very, very sad part of American history and what we did to the indigenous people of America, the Native American Indians. I miss and love you. Denise, thank you. You're awesome. I'm Joe Washington. Thank you for that. Oh, I love our little family, our crazy God-connected, psychic, crazy family over here. Full of gratitude. Bunch of crazy psychics that love the heck out of God. Those are my friends. Those are my friends. Do you think Kenny Brown will be caught or will he turn himself in? No, he thinks he's protected. Kenny Brown is an informant for the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. And so he has like some kind of protection, amnesty or some bullshit. And I say no. I say no. And here's what's funny. People are like, oh, Abigail, you're not going to get the FBI to do anything. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to sit here and be quiet. Maybe I won't get him to do anything, but I'm not going to let him rest. That's for sure. I'm not going to let Kenny Brown take a fucking vacation. I'm not going to let the FBI not know that I'm yelling at him for this now. They already know I'm yelling at him for not running the arsenic test in Prince's case and doing a better job. I told him they were idiots too. See, nobody knows that. I'm getting all this shit from this guy at Funkatopia and these other idiot Prince fans about bringing bologna sandwiches and how disrespectful it was to bring bologna sandwiches. I brought him bumper stickers too. I brought a tray of bologna sandwiches to the Carver County Sheriff's Department. And I told him that if this wasn't a cover-up, that they were the most incompetent law enforcement agency on the earth. That's what I told him. Something to that effect. And people literally are there, oh, it's all through the Purple family. They're like, she's so disrespectful. That was so rude. Oh, you should see what I told the FBI if you thought bologna sandwiches were rude. I'm so tired of Prince fans. I could barf. I could absolutely barf. I'm so glad. I'm not mad at anyone. If you're still here, that's because I love you and you're not a fanatic. You're not a fanatic. And love and gratitude. some crazy people out there. That's what I have to say. Thank you, Prince. I loved people a lot more before Prince. I will say that. Let me not say that. I love people the same. Some people I love more than ever. And then other people, I have a new view. Let me just say that. So it created a wider split. I used to love everybody more equally, but now I'm like, no, you, and you, not, no. Yes, no, yes. Inflow attitude, and then I've gotten to a place I used to worry that was judgment. Now I don't care. Now I don't care. If it doesn't feel right, if you don't smell right, I don't care. I don't even need to say why. Just no. Inflow gratitude. If I even think you're a fanatical fan, no, and no. If you carry a poop pillow around with you, it's a no. It's just a no. Okay. I know I gotta run. It's 8:44. You guys didn't have any questions on the case at all? I will hold an arrest. Kenny Brown sign. Make extras, please. Kristen, you got it. You got it. I know. We're gonna have to make a lot of extra Kenny Brown signs because I want to hold that motherfucker's face too. And then I want the news. Can you imagine? I want him at home watching Channel 3 with his face. I just love it because, and I just wonder, maybe they don't think anything, but I think they do. Can you imagine? They're like, oh my God, what is this crazy psychic doing now? What is that crazy bitch doing now? Wouldn't you like to know, Kenny? Just you wait. Just you wait, you little shit. I already have his face. I already have his image, and I already got it to Addie. Addie Lana already has it, Kenny Brown. And she's making your poster probably as we speak, Kenny Brown. Have you guys seen the signs? They're huge. I make posters, and then we laminate them so they'll last forever. And they stick on the front of this huge sign. You can't miss it. It's going to be Kenny Brown's face, and he's all face too. Little short, stubby fucker. Infinite love and gratitude. There's Addie. She's on here. So now I know she's on it. You don't want to mess with Addie. She'll whip a poster up in 3.3. She's got it done. Whoop. Love her attitude. Thank you. You just think it. Just, hey, Addie, what about Jing? And there it is. She's like, oh, I already have that one. I was talking to him earlier today. She's love and gratitude. It's a true story. Not at truth hurts. Yes, it does. No, regarding cops, be congruent to yourself. If something doesn't resonate with me, that's fine. Thank you for that, Scott. I'm going to keep being my bold, fiery self. Thank you for all that you're doing. It's much appreciated. There will be justice for Prince. I just got chills on that. Thank you, Kristen. Kristen, we said it before, sister, but I see it again. You're going to the victory party, sister, so you'll be gone a week. It's 3 days. We stay up for 3 days when Prince gets justice. Naturally, y'all, naturally. There may be a little caffeine involved. Addie wants to ride a bike too. Come on, sister, let's do this. Oh my God, I want to ride over in Europe. I want to ride like from country to country. Let's do a J project, like country to country ride over. And I don't want to drive past the castle and flip off the queen. In fact, oh my God, yes, can we please? We're going to have special shirts. Well, you know what I mean? With like, F you and her face on it. Lizzie Lizard breath. Oh, Lord have mercy. We're going to do it. Wouldn't that be funny? J Project. We'll get like 100 people to fly over there, and we're going to start at the Royal fucking Palace. That's where we're going to kick it off. And we'll bring posters with Prince and say fuck you to the queen to let her know, because she had Purple Rain beer and was wearing purple. He died on her birthday. She made sure that happened. It's true. People are like, that's so crazy. Oh, okay, well, no. I know it sounds crazy, but see, there's no such thing as coincidence. None whatsoever. So what's crazier is that she just accidentally thought of Purple Rain beer, that Prince just happened to die on her birthday, and she just decided to wear purple that day. So that's what's crazier, you guys. Come on. Love and gratitude. What's crazier? That the Queen's a fucking asshole? Or that all that just happened to happen like that? What's crazier? Love and gratitude. That felt good. It's been a long time, it feels like, since I've been on here. You know, when you do something, you're like, oh, it's been far too long. It's been way too long since I've been live. That's for sure. That's what that feeling was. T-shirts too. Arrest Kenny Brown today. Kristen, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting T-shirts too. I hope Kenny Brown's watching right now. I bet he is. Bet he is. You know, when Thaddeus Matthews called him out when I was on his show, Kenny Brown shut his Facebook page down. Does that sound like the actions of an innocent man? Nah, not at all. All right, I got to get off of here. Queen Lizzie Lizard Breath. I don't see any questions about the case. You guys, I love it. You know why? Because I was so freaking psychically thorough. Like, who would have any questions? We broke it all down, man. Minute by minute, every detail. Anyway, I love you guys. Please, Memphis, join us on November 2nd or anywhere here in the tri-state area. Please, you guys, go to justice4prince.com. Please join the 222 crew. If you join at 1212, you're immediately added into the Rebel Hearts Mystery School where I teach, and you've got like up close access to me, validations for your life, whatever you need. And for those of you who are already in the mystery school and already donating, please take advantage of that. Please book a free 33, book a quick check-in if you need it, okay? And then regular sessions to work with me for 40 minutes to an hour and a half, you take your pick, $11, $22, $33, or $44, whatever you can afford, okay? If you can afford $44, it is gratefully received, and seriously, every dime I make that goes past my bills goes to justice. Okay, so you're supporting me in the way of a session or the Rebel Hearts Mystery School, that's still going towards the justice as well. So please, guys, take advantage of that. And I make priority is working with the people who are supporting, the people who are in Rebel Hearts and in the 222 crew. For the most part, I'm not doing sessions with anybody outside of those two places. If they're not supporting this ministry and what we us are doing, then I don't do sessions that for anybody under $110 for a 44-minute session. That's it. So if somebody's not supporting this, they don't want to join the 222 or be in the Rebel Hearts, that's fine. So $110 for 44 minutes of my time, which I'll gladly give, and that'll be $110 for the ministry. Woo! If love and gratitude, we'll get it that way. So anyway, you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for your continued support. It means more than you guys know. It means more than you guys know. And let me see, Kenny Brown's eyes are barely over the desk watching this live. He's scared as shit, and he should be. Enjoy your night with your baby. Thank you, Addie. Kristen says, no, an innocent man does not do that. No, they do not. All right. Thanks, you guys, for joining tonight. This has been Intuitive Heart Radio on the murder of Lorenzen Wright and why we do not have justice. This is not justice. It's not good enough. And so please join us for the Justice Rally here in Memphis on November 2nd. That's a Saturday. I will have an event page up very soon. We'll be meeting in the morning. We'll be walking over to 201 Poplar and then hanging out together to just enjoy each other's company for a while down by the river. Okay, please join us, you guys, and please join the Justice Crew at www.justice4prince.com. If you want to book a session or know any more about me, please go to my website, abigailnoel.com. And thank you guys again for being here. Fierce love to every single one of you guys, and I'll talk to you real soon. I'll see you on here tomorrow night for Confessional Sunday. That should be hysterical. Good night, you guys. And and I almost forgot, I'm still on YouTube live streaming. Thank you for anyone who's joined. Man, you guys, I forgot. I didn't even jump over to look at your comments, YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm so used to being only on Facebook. And so this was the first time I've ever gone back on YouTube since I made the first video. Next time I will remember to go through your questions, you guys. And let me see. I love your passion. Thank you, Kay Carson. Leads and details about a member of my family who was murdered. Yes. I would be happy to help you with that. I really can't. I've never been known to say no to any case. So hopefully you're still there. If not, I will go through and message you back. If not later tonight, tomorrow. But Kay Carson, if you're still on, please go to my website. You can book a free session, a free 33-minute session, and that's www.abigailnoel.com. I've had a lot of people ask lately if that's my real name. Yes, that's my real name. It's my father's real name. It's my real name. Felicia, I was wondering how Lorenzen got there that night. He drove with Kenny Brown. He went with a trusted friend, Kenny Brown. I started following you after you spoke of Lorenzen's murder, and you were right. Felicia, thank you for that. I don't even know how to get to more of these comments, you guys. And maybe it's just the 3 comments up there. I'm going to have to play around. As I said, I have never been live on YouTube before, so I don't know exactly how to work all of this right now. But anyway, with that said, I got to drop for tonight. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you, YouTube, and any of the listeners. Please subscribe. I will be on here on a regular basis now. On YouTube when I go live. And again, I promise I will remember to switch over and not just pay attention to Facebook. But I forgot tonight, and it's been my comfort zone because for 3 years I've really just been on there. So thank you guys for being on here tonight, and I'll see you again real soon. Please go to Justice for the number 4 Prince and donate to the 222 crew. And again, Kay Carson, if you're still on there, please book a free 33-minute session so that we can work on that case for you. Okay? Good night, you guys. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll be on again live tomorrow. More fun stuff, Confessional Sunday, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So hopefully I'll see you again then. Good night.